Good morning, everyone. I am usually recording late at night, but today we got some NBA basketball to talk about. There was a lot that happened last night. They weren't all great games, they weren't all fantastic, but I do want to kind of talk some basketball, and let's get straight into it. This Warriors lineup is terrifying. It is one of the most scary lineups I've seen in a long time for a team that we are really concerned about not having size, and once again we are getting bitten by the poison snake because, man, it's ridiculous to watch. And I understand the Nuggets are very much undermanned. They do not have the right personnel for this team, and it will be very interesting to see how they'll react in the next round, because I think it's clear as day that the Warriors are going to be able to move on in this series. And that's no fault of Jokic. You're going to have guys like Nick Wright go on television and really talk about, oh, well, I mean, if he's the best player in the world, why didn't he? I mean, the dude, this is a carry job for a reason. This is the equivalent to a Russell Westbrook type of situation. I know Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. aren't the same level of Kevin Durant, but not having that level of a supporting cast is ridiculous, and he has done a fantastic job, and he's still my MVP. No matter what happens, I still go with not Embiid. I go with Jokic. And we're not here to talk about Jokic. We're not here to talk about me getting the Defensive Player of the Year correctly, which I did. Marcus Smart, shout out. I wasn't predicting what was going to happen in that video, but it'd be cool if I got them all correct. And so far from the leaked votes, it's leaning towards my way, which I'm excited about. But let's talk about this Warriors team, because as an NBA fan, I'm blessed to be able to experience twice, which is something I can't recall happening in the NBA, where you get a second wave, where we have three specific eras right now of Warriors basketball in recent memory. I'm not talking about the We Believe Warriors. I'm talking about the pre-KD, the KD, and then the post-KD Warriors, in which they're all dominant teams. I mean, this is ridiculous to watch them play basketball right now. I mean, if you are a fan that didn't get to appreciate the pre-KD Warriors, I mean, this is pretty much as close as you're going to get. If you want to say Andrew Wiggins was Harrison Barnes, I think they had less firepower and maybe a little bit more size, because if you don't remember, Andrew Bogut was a main screen setter for them, and they don't even have that anymore. Now it's everybody setting screens. And now you have Sixth Man of the Year, Steph Curry, which is remarkable to watch, and just shows the level of star that he is. I understand a lot of people kind of blow this out of proportion, but there's not a lot of stars that would do that, and we know that from previous years. We see Russell Westbrook and Carmelo Anthony almost scoff at the idea of coming off the bench. I understand it's different context. It's not them coming off of an injury, being a superstar, knowing that once he's fully healthy that he'll get the starting spot back. But I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Steve Kerr sat Steph down and was like, listen, do you want to come off the bench for the rest of the series, save your energy, and really be that spark off the bench? I mean, if it's going good, it's going good, but I think starting him is the logical best idea. I understand you don't want to break up what's working, right? But you have to understand, I mean, this still is a Nuggets team that is completely man down, and it's a terrible matchup. I mean, Jokic is now facing against one of the greatest defenders of all time in Draymond Green, a team that is going to switch and is able to throw doubles, because they'd rather let Monte Morris shoot than let Jokic shoot a post fadeaway or a post hook where you practically nulls you to sleep. Like, it's very obvious what the Warriors are doing, and they're also going to put Jokic where he has to exude all of his energy on the offensive end. It's clear as day that this man is going to be exhausted this series. And I might get my most improved pick wrong. I mean, I completely get DeJounte Murray had a stinker in the play-in, and Jordan Poole is playing ridiculous ball. I mean, I will repeat what everyone is saying on Twitter is, wow, you get the Splash Brothers nickname, and then, of course, it's almost fitting that the third guy his last name is Poole, which is just, I think, really remarkable. But I think the scary part about this team is when you go that small with the three guards plus Draymond and the Andrew Wiggins lineup, I would expect Jordan Poole and Andrew Wiggins to kind of falter on defense. We always thought Andrew Wiggins could be a good defender. Jordan Poole had a little bit potential when it came to the defensive side of the ball, but nothing too crazy. But I mean, their hands are so active in the passing lanes, and iso ball they're not fantastic defensively, but they're able to switch really well. And I saw someone on TikTok predict Warriors versus Celtics, and I honestly would not mind that, specifically even with Robert Williams being out, just because I feel like the switching would be so intriguing to watch. Two very switch-centric teams going back and forth. I think the Warriors would honestly take the win there, and we're very early into the series and very early in the playoffs, so it's hard to kind of like project, but seeing how strong these teams are and at their core chemistry wise, it's the opposite of what I am posting today of the Jazz, where even the Celtics as well, over time they've gone through adversity. Like the Warriors have already gone through that trial in the early 2010s, but the Celtics had to go through the Cavaliers. They had to go through a lot of these losses just like the Jazz did, and yet they seem to be bonding together with the same core, whereas the Jazz are starting to explode. And then you have the Warriors, who are staying consistent, where you could have guys that miss 2 years of basketball and they come back and they can dominate a game. And third quarter Clay, man, I mean, I still get PTSD of him dominating the Rockets in the third quarter. I mean, it's the same Warriors. I mean, you can have a small lead going into the second quarter, but you have to survive that third. It's whether or not you could keep that third quarter within 5 points. Honestly, if you can leave the third quarter with the lead, that's a win in itself. Like it's ridiculous to watch. And I know this video is going to be a lot shorter. I want to get maybe a potential doubleheader video out for you guys. I have to go to class in about an hour, and so the goal is to have it exporting while I'm at class. But I'm really excited to watch basketball because my team is more waiting for the draft lottery, if anything. So the stress levels are much lower this time around. And I just want to say, like, if you did not get the pleasure of really enjoying the pre-KD Warriors, this is your second opportunity, which I don't think in the history of the NBA has ever happened, where a team gets almost the exact same kind of play style with the same players for such a long time. I mean, we're getting close to roughly a decade of this, and I mean, it's remarkable to watch. It's so much fun. I don't know how you can watch Steph Curry hit 4-point plays and not have fun. Jordan Poole is a blast, and I think seeing the Nuggets kind of implode, I understand the referees. Like, trust me, there's a lot of things that the Warriors do that bend the rules, specifically with screens, and over time their goal is to frustrate you. So it's working. You get to go into Denver, and if you go up 3-0, the series is over. And so I'm very excited to see what goes on. NBA basketball has been really fun. I have a college football video that's going to be coming out soon. That was a family requested thing, so I really want to get that video out as soon as possible. But I'm trying to get these videos out, man, and I'm trying to find these windows where I can leave my computer for 6 hours to try to get these videos out. And thank you so much for watching. If you're at this point of the video, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs by the end of the summer. I still believe we can do this, and I'm super stoked about the future of this channel and everything involved. Expect higher quality videos and much more in-depth editing and more. I'm not going to just always be sitting in this chair, even though it's very comfy. But thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.